Hey guys, so I'm really excited for today's video because I'm doing an album review of Train's new album called Bulletproof Picasso that came out today, September the 16th in the United States and Canada. And I pre-ordered it and I'm so excited about it. I love the album. Little background on Train is an American rock band from San Francisco, California. Their debut album came out in 1998 called Train. It really started giving them some mainstream success. They had making more albums. They made an album called Drops of Jupiter in 2002 that went double platinum, and the single won them 2 Grammys. Next album in 2003 called My Private Nation went single platinum. Then in 2006 they made an album called For Me It's You, and it really kind of flopped and it really discouraged them, so they took a hiatus and they kind of disappeared off the face of the earth for 3 years. However, in 2009 they released an album called Save Me San Francisco. It went gold, and that was also the album that had Hey Soul Sister, which was 6-time platinum single, and it was number 3 on the Billboard's Top 100. After that, in 2012, they made the album California 37, single Drive By, went number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 and was in the top 10 in the UK. They actually toured for that album, and I went to see them, and it was a really, really good performance. They are amazing performers, by the way. And now, in 2014, they have released Bulletproof Picasso. The album was with Columbia Records and was produced by Butch Walker. So he's done many different types of music, from pop to punk to rock, and he's just incredibly successful, and it's really cool that he's working with Train as well. In an interview with Pat Monahan, who's the lead singer-songwriter, and Jimmy Stafford, the lead guitarist, they explained that they think this is one of their best albums they've ever done. They're really trying to get more mainstream with this album, because they really went downhill after them flopping, and they've been working really hard to bring it back up, and they think that this album's the one that's going to bring them back to the mainstream public popularity. And it's an emotional album. It was meant to really connect with the audience on an emotional level that they haven't connected with people before. And I think they did that with the album. It's definitely some emotion. Almost all the songs are either love songs or breakup songs. And you can feel the emotion, and it's kind of that same feeling that everyone feels at some point. Falling in love, breaking up, or being broken up with, and trying to deal with that, and dealing with love, how it's not easy and it's really hard to work on. I just really think this album reaches that level that they're trying to reach. Additionally, Pat Monahan was a writer on every single song on the album, which is always a plus. So, the first song on the album is called Cadillac, Cadillac. It's a really harder rock song. It's a love song. I think it was a good way to start it. They started it really hard and moved on from there, and I think that was a good plan for them. Title song, Bulletproof Picasso, which is a beautiful love song. It's absolutely my favorite song on the album. It's really cute. I think it was just kind of meant to make you feel good about your life, and I think it was a good beginning song for the album. They moved on to their lead single called Angel in Blue Jeans, which, if any song is out of place on the album, I think it's this one, which is weird that it was their lead single because it was kind of country, and none of the rest of the album is like that at all. I don't think it was meant to be that way, but they kind of went with it, and it's not a bad thing. It's a good song, and I enjoy it, but I didn't enjoy it the first time I heard it. I really had to listen to it a few times to get into it. I don't know that it was the best idea to release that song as their lead single. Then they moved on to Give It All, which is a beautiful love song. I liked it a lot. And it's a much slowed down tempo from the beginning of the album. So they've kind of started high and then started getting a little lower, which I think is good. Then they moved on to Wonder What You're Doing for the Rest of Your Life, which is also a love song, upbeat, and it all, because it's still kind of upbeat, and it just kind of messes with the tempo of the album. But still, it's a good song. Then they moved on to Son of a Prison Guard, which is only technically a love song. It starts out super emotional, talking about the struggle of working hard, being a prison guard, and kind of moves into this woman fell in love with a prison guard, and she could have loved anyone in the world, but she fell in love with this guy. So it's really pretty, and it's definitely emotional, and I think this song is where I really started to feel the album kind of reaching into the typical person and giving that feeling, which is what they were really looking for. So probably my second favorite song on the album. The next song was called Just a Memory. It was the first breakup song on the album. We've kind of now switched from love to breaking up and changing that emotion, and it was good. It was really typical Train. I don't know how to explain it, but if you listen to all of Train's albums, there's this sound that they have that's different than most bands, and you can really feel it in this song. That, like, oh, that's typical Train. Like, I love that. I love that they're sticking to their guns and they're trying to be more mainstream, but they're not leaving who they are. On to a song called I'm Drinking Tonight, which is obviously a breakup song about how the only thing stronger than love and this feeling is drinking, which is probably not the best message to be sending out. But you can really feel anger in this song, and I like that. Showing that emotion, like, I'm really angry and I just need to let it all out. It's called I Will Remember, and it's neither a love song nor a breakup song, but it's a song about love and about the feeling and emotion that is love, and it's not specifically about a person or two people falling in love, but it is a song about the emotion that is love. So a song called The Bridge, which is also sort of a song about love. It's about love being a roller coaster and being something you have to work through, and how it's not just going to come easy, but you're going to make mistakes and you're going to fight, but true love is about working through that, and I really, really like that this song did that. On to Baby It's Your Birthday, which is another song about love, I guess. It's a song about really messing up and how you have to work through things and being sorry for messing up. Almost a breakup song, but not actually about being broken up, but kind of fighting in between that and forgetting his wife's birthday and how he's not perfect, but that's okay because we can fight through this and we can make it work. And then the last song on the album is called Don't Grow Up So Fast. And knowing Pat Monahan, I know he has a daughter, and I can just tell that this song is written for her. It's about not growing up too fast and how now that he's a grown up, he knows things that he wishes she would never have to know, and he's been through things that she will never want to have to go through, and how being a kid is such a good thing to have, and how you should really enjoy it while it lasts, because it definitely won't last forever. But really pretty song, perfect way to end off the album. I'm really glad this was the way they ended the album. I really like the way he did that. I think the album flows really well for the most part. It starts on a really high beat, kind of comes down, goes back up again in anger and sadness, and then back down again. And I think it's just a beautiful way to flow the album. I definitely think that they had an emotional connection with the audience. I know I felt an emotional connection, but that doesn't take much because I know that I'm really emotional. I just think it was a really good album. I think it's going to do really well. I'm obviously making this video a little early. I was just really excited, and I knew that I had to do a Tuesday video, and I wanted it to be an album review for this album. So hopefully it does really well for Billboard. Hopefully it sells really well, and hopefully that they can go big for it. I hope they tour again, because I'll definitely go see them again. And I'm really proud of this album, and I definitely think it's going to be a good success for them. Again, I love them.